This is our house.
And this is my Pokemon card collection. And, it really is insane that I'm at the point now where all of this shiny cardboard that I absolutely love to collect and look at on a daily basis is just about the same price as the entire freaking house that I am living in, and it is just so wild. So I thought for this video it'd be really cool to kind of go through and showcase my collection and tell the story of how I came to collect all these cards and how you can collect, hopefully one day be able to build up a collection like this, given enough time and how aggressive or semi-aggressive or passive you want to build your collection. Eventually you will get to a point where, given enough time and money, you will get to a point where you're gonna be like me. You have an entire room full of Pokemon cards. So I thought I'd be able to tell the story, kind of give tips on how I built my collection. And I thought, maybe the best spot to kind of visit first would be this case. This is so far my favorite case. And I completely understand that right now is extremely, extremely hard to find and collect Pokemon cards for a good deal. It is just really, really hard right now. The market is so hot. You have scalpers, botters, which, by the way, I know someone's gonna look at this and say, you're such a scalper. You're like, I really am not. I have not got a product from a retail store in months and months and months. Trust me, I don't wait in lines. I don't have a bot. This is just everything that I've bought on the secondary market or in person at card shows or my local card store. Trust me, I don't line up and scalp product. So you can delete your comment there. But I understand how hard it is to buy a product right now. It is ridiculously challenging. But, given enough time, even if you buy stuff at the high prices now, it will go up in value. So you will have a bigger collection in the future. Let's go ahead and start off on this top shelf over here. This is probably my favorite shelf of my entire collection. I'm a huge Groudon fan. It is my absolute favorite Pokemon. So everything up here has something to do, with Groudon. Starting off with the Primal Clash booster box. This is from the XY series. I have it in a nice acrylic case. I bought this for example, I bought this for $400, back in maybe 2021. It's now over $2,000 at least, or maybe $3,000. I don't know. It's expensive. Moving on, I really, really love this Primal Groudon collection box, and I'll tell you why I love it so much. Number one, of course, Groudon is my favorite Pokemon, but Gardevoir is my second favorite Pokemon. So you have Groudon and Gardevoir in a Primal Groudon box, and you have a Gengar Furious Fist pack in the back. The box is in mint condition, so I absolutely love this box. And a lot of other Groudon stuff here. I have a PSA submission out right now that has the Paradox Rift Groudon, the OG version of Team Magma's Groudon, not the Celebrations one. That is super minty. Hopefully they get to 10. You're going to hear a little bit about this PSA submission throughout the video because, especially in my Gardevoir shelf over there, I do have, quite a few cards that would have been filled out in the case here, but it's off at PSA. Moving on, I would love to get these games graded as well. These are Spores of Darkness was a super underrated game in the past, and Ruby version is my favorite version. This is the Japanese one because the English one is super expensive, but I would love to get a graded sealed box of that in the future. First ever pack of graded Pokemon cards. I showed this in YouTube short about a week ago. This is my first ever graded pack. Again, Primal Clash, one of my favorite sets, Groudon, so I thought, why not invest in it? Moving on down the shelf, we have some more absolute banger slabs that generally tell a story of some part of my collection. My wife and I pulled that in a Paldean Fates booster pack. It's in perfect condition, and we got it graded. It came back at 10, so I am literally never selling the Bubble Mew, even though it's like $2,000 now, something ridiculous. It could move to 10 grand, and I'm still not going to sell it because it has that much meaning to me. We have Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno. I kind of love the trio tag teams of the three birds. The Zapdos from 151. My wife bought me a 151 ETB. That was in it. Graded a 10. Never selling it. Lunala GX. That was the very first pull I ever got while getting back into the hobby in 2020. Not even a crazy card. Graded 9, but I'm never selling it because that means so much to me. It's my first ever pull. And the Charizard VMAX was my first ever big pull. I got that off of a scalped $90 Shining Fates ETB back in 2020. First graded card I ever picked up was Cynthia. So these 3 cards mean a lot to me just for like the first. So like first pull, first big pull, first graded card I ever got. I really like Moltres, so I thought this Blaine's Moltres was really interesting. Aerodactyl V, PSA 10. I pulled this Glaring Moltres, and it got back at 10. Really excited about that. We have Celebrations, some of my favorite sets. Celebrations, Chilling Reign, Hidden Fates, Shining Fates, Astral Radiance, Evolving Skies. What is that? Oh, Shining Fates, yeah. And then Paldean Fates. Just some sets that I really enjoy. Kabutops, none of these are like super crazy besides maybe the base set. They're just like from Pokemon I like, or like I pulled this with my brother in a car pack. So, generally they just tell a story at some point, and that's why I like it in the case. Moving on down here, just a couple more sets that I really enjoy. Prismatic, Pokemon Center 151, Fusion Strike. That's a PC, ETB, Lost Origin. You have Crown Zenith, Brilliant, Darkness Ablaze, Champion's Path, some 151 booster bundles, and then some nice minty boxes of Lost Origin, Paradox Rift, and Chilling Reign. Probably like my 3 favorite main series sets. Maybe Destined Rivals might get up there. Destined Rivals is really nice. There may be a world where Destined Rivals would actually overtake Lost Origin for me. If I had a Destined Rivals booster box. Again, I'm not a scalper, so I don't have a Destined Rivals booster box right now in my collection. I have nothing from Destined Rivals. So eventually, if I could get my hands on one, it's going to probably replace the Lost Origin there. And just some like Kabutops. That was the first and only pack of Cosmic Eclipse I ever pulled and got that. Really like Altaria. I like Erica. It's like nothing, but I like the Miss Magius. Moving on down here, we have a Fusion Strike booster box. Some sealed Ultra Premium collections, 151. Celebrations, Charizard, the Arceus, which I think is a pretty underrated one. That looks really nice. And then just some interesting, singles that really, again, I have a bunch of cards out at PSA that would fill in some of like these mid-tier cards that I don't, aren't the most expensive or sought after. So once that submission comes back, like we are definitely going to have that, this case really filled out. Moving on, we should go over to my sealed collection. Basically all of these sealed boxes, like the actual cardboard boxes, are kind of stacked in my closet most of the time, but I thought to bring it out and kind of display it for the video because, looking at a bunch of sealed boxes in the closet would not be fun. I also just want to share a tip with you guys. Like I said, I understand it is really hard to buy product right now, but if you are going to, for the sole purpose of gathering more value and, selling it off in the future, or if you want to have your collection be as safe as a, area to store your money and, not have huge, massive ups or downs, if you want it more stable, sealed is 100% the way to go. And again, it's really hard to find product right now, but the best tip I could literally give for you guys is stick towards really liquid items like booster boxes, ETBs, ultra premium collections, PC ETBs. Those are going to be like your bread and butter. And if you can, try to find good deals on the best sets and best products out there. So even though the dollar amount of a set that isn't as good for a booster box may be lower and it might entice you to getting it, trust me, just from learning from experience, getting just the best sets, even if it is more expensive than the cheaper booster boxes, getting the best sets is going to help you so much with skyrocketing your Pokemon card collection value. So with that being said, you'll see as we go through some of my sealed collection here that, that's something that I had to learn the hard way. If I would have just bought like sealed cases of Evolving Skies booster boxes when they were like $115 a box, like we would be really well off right now. Let's start from the left. And all of here are going to be my Pokemon Center exclusive ETB cases. And something that, if anyone who's bought PC ETBs before sealed cases in the past, something that I absolutely hate is they put the shipping label on top of the label that displays, what type of product it is. So you have to take off the shipping label, and then, kind of rips as well at the actual label of the product. So it's so annoying. So I did my absolute best without opening the cases to figure out what they were. So, oh, this is just a V Heroes tin case. That's just a random tin case that I had. I think they have like Evolving Skies in there in the tin, so that's good to hold on to. But these are going to be 3 sealed PCETB cases of Surging Sparks. I went pretty heavy on Surging Sparks before the boom really happened and sent these prices really sky high. I'm really happy I did that. Sealed PCETB case of Brilliant Stars. PF is going to be Paldean Fates. Again, the shipping label had to rip it off, and it's just so annoying when they do that. This is a big one, and I'm glad that this is a minty box. These are PCETBs of 151. So like each PCETB is like $1,000 now. And, so a sealed case is probably like $4,000 or something. That's going to be Shrouded Fable. Here we have a PCETB of, this is easy. Paradox Rift Roaring Moon. So this is a Roaring Moon version of Paradox Rift. Here we have another Brilliant Stars case, and that's it for PCETB's sealed cases. Moving on to booster boxes, we have Silver Tempest. Then we have SV06. That's Twilight Masquerade, I believe. Here is SV04. Paradox Rift, and this one is Lost Origin. I bought this from someone, and it had this little stain on it, so I really hope that's not like water damage on it, because that would be awful for Lost Origin. At least the boxes are sealed in plastic on the inside, so it shouldn't be too bad. Moving on, we have Chilling Rain. I love Chilling Rain. Astral Radiance. I still think Astral Radiance has potential. It's one of the weaker sets in Sword and Shield, but I think you can do better. This should be another Paradox Rift. I like Paradox Rift. SVO8. And then these are going to be 3 sealed cases of Surging Sparks. Again, I went heavy on Surging Sparks while it was still like, I don't know, I think they were like $110 a booster box or something, or maybe even cheaper. I forget. It was like, these were pre-orders, and, before it kind of exploded. And then moving on, we could go to sealed ETB cases. This will be, 12 that should be Crown Zenith. This is not sealed, but this is a 10 box of 10 Prismatic Evolution ETBs. So it's not sealed or sealed case. It is open, but there is 10 Prismatic Evolution ETBs in there. Moving on, we have Astral Radiance ETB sealed case and a Chilling Rain ETB sealed case. And then down here we have Charizard Ultra Premium Collection. And again, guys, I bought basically all of these products before the boom happened while no one wanted it. There is this really good saying that helps a lot with investing or building collections or building just something of value is be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy. When we have a big boom like we're happening right now, you could still buy, but it is really hard to justify putting so much money into brand new products when, you just don't know if it's going to lose value in the future. So take all that with a grain of salt, invest what you can or collect what you can and would actually be willing to lose. If it's something where you think you'll need the money in 3 months, 6 months, or a year, maybe investing in Pokemon cards or collecting Pokemon cards when you're going to have to just turn around and sell it shortly after may not be the route for you right now, unless you're just wanting to collect because you love the cards. Moving on, we have Paldean Fates. Really, really love that set. We have some Prismatic Evolution ETBs, Shining Fates, Journey Together, PCETB, couple Crown Zenith, now Pokemon Center, Astral Radiance. Really interesting Sword and Shield base set. Celebrations, Hidden Fates, Brilliant Stars, and then back here, another Hidden Fates, Twilight Masquerade. Some more Celebrations, really like that set. Temporal Forces, Vivid Voltage, there is a PCETB of Prismatic, and then Pokemon Go, and then a PCETB of Journey Together. And before we get to this case, I'm going to showcase just a little more of my sealed collection. All the cardboard boxes would be, stacked up in here, Tetris-wise, basically. So it is nice to actually see everything out, in the room. We have some Hidden Fates tins, Brilliant Stars Build and Battle. These tins over here, I believe, have either Evolving Skies or a Sun and Moon pack in them. I forget exactly what's in there. These tins have a couple Evolving Skies. These luxury balls, I believe, either have like a Sun and Moon pack or Evolving Skies. It kind of gets fuzzy with the tins. It's hard to, remember what's inside of them. We have an Obsidian Flames booster box, a really, really interesting set. I just don't know how this set is exploding in value like it should be, or like it is. I guess, the Obsidian Flames Charizard is on a big run right now, so that might be contributing to it. We have a loose Chilling Reign booster box, a Paldea Evolve booster box, Paradox Rift over here, love that set, and then 2 loose Lost Origin booster boxes. We have not a sealed display, but a full booster bundle display of 151 booster bundle there. Art set of Journey Together blisters, and just some collection boxes. And then I have a couple Charizard Celebration ones over here, the Lance Charizard promo ones. Again, this is basically all stuff I picked up when no one else really wanted it, when it was falling off the shelves at like a Walmart or or a Meijer or something. So what I'm saying is I was greedy when others were fearful. People did not want to buy a lot of Pokemon product at the time. And I took a bet and thought that perhaps maybe these would be worth more in the future, and they certainly are. So Shiny Fates Dracopult, these are pretty cool. Oh, sorry. These are pretty cool. I like these a lot. This is the Shiny Crobat version. And then these Pikachu and Zekrom boxes, I have a ton of these. Again, I bought these when they were really cheap. These have Evolving Skies, Chilling Reign, like a ton of Evolving Skies and Chilling Reign Brilliant Stars packs in here, and 10 booster packs. So as far as collection boxes go, this is a really, really, really good one. And basically the same packs in the Reshiram and Charizard, but it does have that really nice gold Reshiram and Charizard promo in there. Some more different, collection boxes. None of them are like super crazy. The Charmander one actually has, I think XY packs in there. They actually have some XY and Sun and Moon packs in there, like Ultra Prism. I think that is Crimson Invasion and then Evolution. So for some pretty old packs, very interesting. These are the new Cynthia's Garchomp. I really, really love Garchomp. You got some Paradox Rift, Destined Rivals in there. So some great sets from from Scarlet and Violet. Moving on, we have the RCSV figure collection, one of the best collection boxes to ever exist. The promo is amazing. The figure is amazing. It has 2 Brilliant Stars, a Chilling Reign, and a Cosmic Eclipse pack in there. And the box is really, really cool. Unfortunately, this one has a little nick on it. But, it's hard to make sure that everything is going to stay in perfect condition. And up here we have, some miscellaneous ETBs, Shining Fates, Astral, really cool celebrations, a premium figure collection with some Sword and Shield packs and celebrations. I have 3 151 UPCs over here, and then a couple celebrations, ultra premium collections. Some more celebrations products. That's the Playmat, or the V Union. I forget which one. V Union. We have 151 binder collection. One of those Pikachu and Zekrom. These are cool. The Alakazam V Evolving Skies. So they have 1 Evolving Skies and a Chilling Reign and some Vivid and I think Rebel Clash. So some good Sword and Shield packs. Orbeetle V, I believe, has Evolving Skies as well, and I think Galarian Surfetch has an XY Evolutions pack in there, if I remember right. The last bit from the sealed collection is just going to be some miscellaneous ETBs inside of this bin that I opened up. Just some kind of older stuff, Sun and Moon, ETB, Sword and Shield, ETB, another Sun and Moon base set. Brilliant, I think this might be a PC ETB, maybe not. This one's a Pokemon Center ETB, Fusion Strike. You have some Evolving Skies ETBs, Fusion Strike ETBs, some booster bundles from 151. Paldea Evolved as well. Just some kind of like either older stuff or some like, higher dollar amount. I just want to make sure I keep sealed, or, keep in good. Oh, there I am. Hi. Or to make sure that, they are in good condition. And then we have a PC ETB of Lost Origin. Everything in this box is what I take to vending shows as inventory for sealed. So we have a Lost Origin booster box, Darkness Ablaze, one of those Shiny Fates Dracopult, Orbeetle, Celebrations UPC, poster collection from Prismatic, and then some just ETBs like Shiny Fates, Brilliant, Hidden Fates as well. Just to kind of bring a decent variety between Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. Okay, now let's move on to my second case. It's not as crazy as the first, not that my first case was even crazy. Maybe to some people it is, and to other people it is just a drop in the bucket of their collection. And that's okay, you know, collect what you like at first and then go from there. So like I said, really like Gardevoir. I saw this really big pop figure of Gardevoir, so I had to get it. This is probably one of my favorite arts of Gardevoir ever. The Paldean Fates Shiny Special Illustration Rare. I just absolutely love that card. Base set, I have that in there from Scarlet Violet because of this really amazing and beautiful Ralts Kirlia Gardevoir Evolution line story where, you know, it's the Ralts going in with the family, moving into the house, and then, you know, now it evolved into Kirlia, and you just have like, you have the, oh my god, focus. You have like the stuff in the background, all the pictures, you know, and the family. You got a baby now, and the baby's even in a Kirlia, or I'm sorry, in a Ralts, you know, outfit. And then it moves on to Gardevoir to now where the parents are older. You have all the story and the pictures in the background. I love this as well. I'm a father and a husband, and you know, if Pokemon was real, I would love to have something like that. So I really like that. I'd like to get these all graded in sequential 10. Just some more, you know, Gardevoir cards. Some are graded. Again, I have quite a few Gardevoir cards off in that PSA submission. A lot of the Radiant collection from Generations is in there. And yeah, so it's just Gardevoir, Astral Radiance. I think one of them are from Astral Radiance. So I just threw an Astral Radiance CTB in there. Moving on, we have this is kind of like my Garchomp-ish area. I'm still kind of working on it. There are some Garchomp stuff. Cynthia's Garchomp, and then you know, PCTB is a White Flare and Black Bull. We have a, oh my god, the focus is just not going right now. We have a, you know, gray felt hat Pikachu in a 9, and then some Garchomp stuff. I have, you know, like the Astral Radiance Garchomp is off at PSA, so I still have some stuff that still needs to get back. So still trying to really build out the Garchomp. I think this might be like a Garchomp and Giratina kind of shelf once everything is said and done. And moving on down here, we have just, you know, some miscellaneous stuff, nothing like super crazy. The Birthday Pikachu actually got really expensive. Like in Raw, from Celebrations, Raw, it's now like a $20 card. Yeah, so in a 10, I don't even know what it is anymore. Sun and Moon base set, you know, Mega Beedrill EX. I thought this is cool. It has a bunch of like XY packs in here. Fates Collide, some Steam Siege, so nothing like super crazy, but I like Beedrill. Most ever graded card in history, if I remember right, is the Charizard V from Champion's Path. And then I'm trying to get all 4 of the God cards from Crown Zenith, the gold ones. And so right now we only have Arceus in a 10. Legendary collection, some Bulbasaur, just some grass type. I like grass. This is a really underrated card in my opinion. The Lily's Rabombi just looks really beautiful. And then down here we have, again, one of those Arceus V figure collections. This is really interesting. It's a Rayquaza VMAX Dragon. It has Rayquaza on this side, and then the other side is Duraludon. And I think Eternatus is cool. So there's this collection box that has Eternatus in it in a VMAX version. And again, that was $40. You know, this stuff was cheap in the past. You just hold on to it for a while, and it'll go up in value. And then some trainers. We have Roxanne in a 10, Jesse and James in a 10, and then Blastoise from Celebrations in a 10. Now we're going to move on to inventory of singles that, you know, I bring to card shows. I just started vending not too long ago, so still, you know, really trying to build out my inventory, so there aren't going to be any really high ticket cards here, but these are not included in my calculations of everything, you know, adding up all the value of my collection. But I just thought that, you know, I'd just showcase them and just do like a little bit of a, you know, overview, flyover of what, you know, I kind of bring to card shows. Again, pretty new at this. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how, you know, what sells, what doesn't, and just really trying to figure out how I can make the most bang for my buck and communicate with the, you know, the community of the hobby, and, you know, just try to make card shows as enjoyable as possible. So this is all inventory from card shows. This is just a binder. This is for if people don't have cash. It has all my Venmo stuff on there and a little bit about my YouTube channel and stuff. And this is just a binder full of, like, you know, $1, $2, $3, $4 cards. Nothing really crazy. I still have to put more in it. I'm going to another show tomorrow. So just trying to figure out what I should fill the binder in. Again, what sells, like, is vintage going to do good, or is it going to be like the V's and, you know, or baby shinies? So still trying to figure that out. This is a full stack of like Pokemon Center reverse holos, or you know, or maybe even Radiants or Amazing Rares, or different types of holographics. Basically just binder, like $1 cards I'm just gonna throw in the binder. But we can move on to some more stuff in my collection that, you know, isn't good enough to maybe necessarily be in a case, but something I still want to hold on to. And, you know, it's nothing absolutely crazy. I guess the coolest cards in here would be the Charizard promos from the Ultra Premium Collection. Nothing absolutely insane. This is I'm trying to work on a master set for celebrations, and I'm getting pretty deep. It's not a huge set, and it's relatively affordable to master celebration, so getting pretty good there. Yeah, I mean, nothing super crazy here, and you know, this is what probably a lot of people's collection is going to look like at first. Oh, that's not a real card. That's a fake card. So I just thought it was cool. Card chum. This is what a lot of people's collections are going to look like at first. It's not going to be like super expensive cards. It's going to be niche cards that are kind of affordable, that you really are, you know, enjoying and would love to see. And then eventually, given enough time, you will, you know, reach a state to where perhaps your collection will be worth as much as your entire freaking house. And I also just want to go ahead and say that I am really not trying to like flex at all for this video. Like, there are people that have way bigger collections than me. There are people that have way smaller collections than me. This is just my story and the status of where my collection is at right now. You can start off small, see if you even enjoy collecting cards, see if you have the willpower to hold on to it for a while and not sell it every single time you get like a really cool card or expensive card that you don't care for. But, you know, sometimes selling cards that you don't care for in your collection is a perfect way to build out a collection of stuff that you really enjoy. Like right now, I am vending, you know, I'm vending cards. They're cards that I don't necessarily absolutely care about, but, you know, hopefully I can use that money to build up more inventory or get cards or sealed products that I genuinely really enjoy. So that way I could fill out my collection with stuff that makes me smile, or, you know, think of fun memories, you know, with friends or family when I see, you know, those cards or sealed products. So I just want to show my story, guys. It's just absolutely insane that all this shiny cardboard in this room in my house is just about the same price as my house now, when considering how much we owe on it and, you know, the equity I have in the house. It's just insane. The Pokemon card hobby is on an absolute run right now. If you want to get in and just buy stuff from the best sets, I would probably hold off on Destined Rivals right now because it would be at risk for reprints. But, you know, get the Prismatic, you know, get the Surging Sparks, get, you know, 151 Paldean, like, just buy the stuff. Eventually it's going to go up in value. Use that money that you sell from it to buy singles or sealed product that have stuff that you genuinely really enjoy. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe notifications if you're new. Now, with all that being said, Jeppy out!